Welcome back to another episode of Against the Insanity. Coming up on the show today, we've got a mass shooting leaving multiple children dead in Alabama. 3-minute speech from 414 on Trump. And also coming up, Daily Mail is reporting that Best Buy is to lay off hundreds of store workers again. I'm here with my co-host, Ricky. What's going on, man?
Hey, nothing much. Hey, we're here on, what is it? Monday, 4/18? Or no, I'm sorry, it's Tuesday. God damn.
Tuesday, man. Catch up. It's been a long week.
Know. We can't believe it's Tuesday already. But I was away this past weekend. That's why the show was delayed. So apologies on that. That was my fault. But
hey,
here
man,
we are.
You got to do you. You got to get out. Were you doing some riding and shit again?
Yeah, we went up to our camp, did some riding, and we also did some shooting. I picked up myself a rifle on my way up to camp. So yeah, it was a good time.
Expressing freedoms.
Yeah. I appreciate our freedoms, not screw you freedoms like Schwarzenegger. Piece of
dude,
shit.
you would have fucking loved it this weekend. Me and Amy were in Mojave, California, and like we literally like, so we got to this point in the road and it's like, just make a left here. So we drove off the road and then we took this, like, there were just mile markers and they're mile markers like up into the mountains and shit. And literally it was this 1-lane dirt road that we were on with my truck to go see like these flowers like all over the side of this one mountain, dude. And it was just like full of like orange poppy flowers and shit all over the fucking mountain when we got back in there. And then me and Amy were like, we got out of my truck. We were able to find a place to park. And then we hiked up it. And at one point, dude, like you're not going straight up, but you're going up far enough that you're like literally like clawing through the sand and dirt to try to fucking keep your balance to get up there.
Yeah.
And then we were just sitting among like all the flowers and shit, taking pictures. And dude, it was pretty fucking wild looking. And of course, I ate shit on the way down, fucking skinned up my leg pretty bad.
Yeah, that sucks.
I fucking rolled, dude. I did this baseball slide. I was like, fuck, dude. Yeah, it was nice, man. Like I said, I mean, there were people out there on fucking, we saw a couple people come by on 4-wheelers and fucking motorcycles and shit. Like, nice. You can literally drive anywhere out there. So you definitely, at some point, man, we got to fucking make it a point that we go out there and
yeah, I'm down
and go riding and shit when you get some time off. So while you were away over the weekend, this is kind of crazy, dude. So there was a mass shooting at a teenage birthday party. 4 confirmed dead, reports of at least 20 injured at a teenager's birthday party. A mass shooting at a teenager's birthday party in Dadeville, Alabama, Saturday evening left at least 4 people dead and reportedly more than 20 injured. At approximately 11:45 p.m., special agents with Alabama's law enforcement agencies, ALEA, State Bureau of Investigations, SBI, launched a death investigation at the request of Dadeville police, according to a press obtained by Fox News. The investigation, as a result of the shooting, which occurred at approximately 10:34 p.m., near the 200 block of Broadnax Street in Dadeville, located in Tallapoosa County. I want to get that fucking wrong. It could be bad. Currently, there have been 4 confirmed fatalities and multiple injuries, ALE said. The following agencies responded to the scene and are currently assisting with the investigation: the Dadeville Police Department, Tupelo Sheriff's Department Office, Bureau of Alcohol and Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives, ATF. Oh, great. They're involved.
Christ.
Federal Bureau of Investigations, FBI, and 5 circuit court district attorneys. Nothing further is available and the investigation is ongoing. It's nuts. I mean, this article doesn't give a lot of like what happened at the thing that bothers me is like, I still don't really know what happened.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like at a residence. Like, it wasn't in a public place. That's really weird to me. Like, I don't know. Seems like, I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't want to make assumptions, but it seems like this house was targeted for some reason.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because I was like looking for more information in this article and I'm like, it really just doesn't give me a lot of, and I still, you still don't know today, like what the fuck is going on. I thought that was weird. That was definitely interesting. And there's been a lot of, I noticed lately, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but there's been a lot of like gun violence in the news and they're pushing the whole, we got to come out. We need to do something about gun control and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, come the fuck on. Here we go. It always seems to happen. It ramps up at this time.
Right. Yeah. I don't understand it. The millions of gun owners across the country have guns, multiple guns. and they seem to not have any problems. Their guns aren't, jumping out of their saves and getting in public and shooting people. I just don't understand how it's a gun problem, but
Well, fucking case in point, dude. We have parties at your house. Nobody ever gets shot. I mean,
everyone, makes it home with their limbs.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't get it.
Some people can't handle their alcohol and end up sleeping in their truck, not mentioning any names.
Brian. Yeah. Yeah, one thing I want to talk about, I'm not sure if you've seen much, but Trump, he's been definitely more vocal. It definitely seems like he's on like a campaign trail. It definitely, comes off that way in a lot of these speeches that he's been doing. But on 4/14, he came out with another speech. It's about 3 minutes. But some of the things that he was talking during the speech, so he's planning on reinstating the executive order for every 1 regulation implemented, 2 must be eliminated. Trump will make this... Well, he will ask to make this permanent moving forward, because this is something that he did actually implement before, when he was in office.
Before Piss Pants got in.
Right. He removed it. So Trump's planning on putting that back in place. He wants to implement a regulatory budget, putting a hard cap on regulations to the U.S. economy, which, of course, that's a good thing, because the economy right now is really shitty.
In the shitter.
Right. Inflation is fucking, real bad. I mean, it's just so fucking crazy. This shit is still going on, and things are as high as they are. Trump states he will also bring the FCC and FDC back under presidential authority, as the Constitution demands that he states. Trump claims that he will not allow them to be a 4th branch of government, issuing rules all by themselves. Any considerations must be reviewed by the White House.
No, yep. I like this. That's definitely too. Fucking needed to be changed. These fuckers need to stop making these rules and shit like that.
Right. He wants to create a framework specifically for freedom cities, that he's calling them, allowing these cities to become frontiers for U.S. manufacturing, inventions of new industries, and rebirth of economic opportunities, and safe and affordable living. Good, all good things, right? I don't see anything wrong with what he's, proposing.
You kidding me, Ricky? That is the most racist shit I have ever heard in my life. What a fucking bigot.
What an asshole. Require every federal employee to pass a new civil service test demonstrating an understanding of our constitutional limited government.
Amen.
Huh. He's an asshole, dude. I just can't get over it.
What a dickhead. Oof.
He's also been more vocal on backing the Second Amendment. When he was in office before, he didn't really... It was one of those things like... He didn't really talk a whole lot about as far as the Second Amendment goes. But he's definitely been more vocal. He's calling to arm teachers and vows to stop Biden's war on lawful gun owners. Because that's exactly what's going on. People that are lawful gun owners that are doing nothing wrong, it seems like more and more of these regulations and rules and, whatever you want to call them, they're just going against people that are not doing anything wrong. So,
yep.
All this so far, I mean, there's not one thing that he's mentioned to this point that I'm like, I don't agree with him. Like, I do. Like, I do agree with what he's trying to do and put back in place. And, I voted for him twice. I plan on voting for him a 3rd time. So,
yeah, and it's cool. It's interesting when you started bringing this up before the show. I was like, I want you to hold that thought, because I kind of wanted to bring this up, and I've been paying a lot of attention to it. And you say about like Trump, kind of ramping things up to start campaigning, but in reality, it's kind of cool to see, because a guy made a mention on Twitter. His name's Brendan Dilley, about how like Trump is going to campaign, but in reality, like, more people are campaigning for him this time around and stuff like that. It's more of the people's campaign instead of just Trump campaigning. Like, there's a lot of people being real vocal on Twitter. They're like memeing like on Biden and shit like that. And they're basically, we need to vote Trump in 2024. It's like a lot of people have taken up the reins and are campaigning for Trump along with him. You know what I mean? It's almost like the people's campaign as opposed to just the Trump campaign, because everybody realizes now, more and more people have realized, like, once Biden got elected and all this shit started going wrong, and now that the Supreme Court's allowing this fucking college debt to go through, to erase that fucking college debt and stuff, this is some fucking crazy shit, dude. And now people are like, man, this isn't right, and more people are standing up and You know, they're being more vocal. They're memeing, like, you know, people that are running against Trump fucking relentlessly. Some of, like, the other people, like, I know DeSantis has been, like, getting bombarded, like, his staff with fucking memes and shit like that, and they just can't handle it. They're already breaking down. They just can't keep up with the momentum.
Yeah.
You know, when they announced those charges against Trump, like, his campaign just fucking exploded. It's like, you just fucking probably won Trump the election. You know, I, like you said, Ricky, I mean, I voted for him in 2016. It was like, it was my last hope. It was like my big fuck you to the establishment. Like, we got to do this. And,
right.
You know, we got him into office, and you saw all this stuff start to change. And, you know, we voted in 2020. We clearly know that there's some fucking shit wrong with the election stuff. And that's another thing I wanted to kind of talk about too, now that we're on this topic. Fucking Nick sends me, I'm sitting at fucking breakfast on Saturday morning, and I'm sitting here with Amy, and I'm like, Nick sends me this fucking video of fucking Biden over in Ireland coming out to the Dropkick Murphys. And then it pans to a fucking video of the Dropkick Murphys talking about these election deniers and stuff like that, how we're fucking idiots and stuff like that. And I'm like, you motherfuckers, like, I remember going to see you guys at fucking small ass clubs, holes in the wall, while you guys were trying to fucking come up and fucking make it as a band. And all of a sudden, like, you became these fucking big artists. Now you're fucking turning around and shitting on hardworking people like me. I literally own almost every fucking Dropkick Murphys album that I purchased. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, fuck you, dude. You can sit up there and you can fucking say whatever you want, but I guarantee you after this, I'm not going to spend another fucking dime on your music. Yeah. We all know that there was fucking election irregularities during the 2020 election. And if you believe that there wasn't, you're a fucking idiot.
Right.
And I was so pissed because I love the Dropkick Murphys. I mean, dude, so many fucking good songs and shit. And then, like, that's the way you treat, like, fucking half of your fan base. And
yeah, I agree.
I'm so tired of being disappointed by these fucking artists and shit. Right. I'm just done.
I honestly prefer when, like, music artists and shit, they don't talk about politics. I'd rather them not talk about it at all than take one side or another. You know,
it's our way to forget. You go to a show, you want to let loose because you've had a rough week. You know, you deal with bullshit at work and stuff, and the economy's collapsing and all this other shit that's going on around you. You kind of want to forget a little bit, but there always is a constant reminder there.
Yeah, and then, like what you mentioned, I mean, they came out and kind of, you know, badmouth, you know, the election deniers, if you want to call it that, whatever. It's like, when you sit there and say shit like that, you don't think that there's somebody possibly enjoying your music that when they hear that shit come out of your mouth, they're going to think, you know what? Fuck you guys. You know what I mean? Like, you can have your political opinions, but when you start pushing that shit at shows, because, you know, we've seen that over the years where you go to a fucking concert and before they even start playing, they're spewing their fucking political views.
Fuck Trump, he's evil. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, here we go.
No one wants to hear that shit. You don't go to a concert to get preached to regarding politics. Nope. You want to enjoy fucking music. And yeah, I think it's bullshit when people try to make it all political about everything these days.
I commented on the post too on Twitter. I was waiting for somebody to come back and say, you probably don't even listen to the band. I took screenshots of all my fucking purchases in iTunes that were all the Dropkick Murphy shit. I'm like, I'm just waiting for some motherfucker to tell me that I'm not a fan. It's like, dude, I got fucking multiple fucking vinyl sitting over here in my case. I've got a couple fucking CDs up here on my rack, and then I turned around and bought everything fucking digital.
Yeah, I'll show you the receipts, bitch.
Yeah, I worked for this shit. Now you're going to turn around and shit on me as a band? Yeah, well, fuck you. That's the last fucking dime I ever spent on your shit.
That's bullshit, dude.
Yeah, I was pretty pissed about that. So, I don't know. Anyway, this is one I kind of wanted to throw in here too for you, Ricky, because I know you've been going to Best Buy for over the years and stuff like that. So Best Buy will apparently lay off hundreds of workers across more than 900 stores with staffers who specialize in selling computers, smartphones as the first to be cut.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't surprise me. It just, you know, it seems I've seen some of this shit over the past couple years. You know, we could even go back to like the GameStop, you know, conversations we've had. It's very similar. I mean, GameStop is in a really bad way. I don't see them fucking making it through, you know, next year or two. But Best Buy seems to be kind of going down the same path, honestly. And, you know, a lot of the higher end people at Best Buy, you know, they're there getting bonuses, you know, giving themselves paid raises and, buying, all the different shit that they would, boats, cars, all the shit, you know what I mean? But then you have employees that work at Best Buy and they're just getting completely shit on. And it's very similar to the shit that you hear at, like GameStop.
Well, to add to that too, from what I heard is initially they went through and they cut a lot of the people at Best Buy that were making the most money. Yeah. All the senior employees that had been there forever, they cut them first.
Yeah, I mean, things been happening for the past few years. COVID, I hate to fucking bring it up, but it definitely seems like that's when Best Buy really fucking took advantage of this, situation because they were just cutting staff. I mean, even today, it's 2023. And I would say at this point, fucking COVID, come on, we got to be done here. But you go to a Best Buy and there's one, maybe two people working on the fucking sales floor. And if you have, multiple people in there trying to get something or, get something from the back or, check on product. Dude, there are times that I've been in Best Buy waiting 20, 30 fucking minutes to see if something is available.
Oh my God, dude, that's fucking rough, dude.
Yeah, and I hate fucking going to stores anymore, and I hate to say that because I know the online shit is convenient, right from your house, just buy something and it shows up at your door. I get that, but I still like going out and looking at shit and buying stuff. And it's just the way that things are going, like Best Buy, for example, it's just to the point where fuck that shit. I'm not going to go to the store because I don't want to wait a half hour, 45 minutes to talk to somebody before I can even see if something's even available. Fuck that.
Yeah, and from what I understand too now is you're not even sure if it's a Best Buy employee on the floor because what they did was they leased their store out to a Samsung vendor, an Apple vendor. So there's not even just Best Buy employees in there anymore. There's little shops that they have set up that are run by prospective employees of a different company. Right. So you don't even know if it's a fucking Best Buy employee.
Right. Well, a lot of these the Best Buys too. The one closest to my house. They transformed the store not into a retail store, but a warehouse and e-commerce friendly, where you can buy shit online, show up at the store, pick it up, and be on your way. And maybe that's what I need to do. But it's all they're doing it to all their stores. They're making them into warehouses. They're not stores anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know.
Same thing's happening with Target, dude. More and more people, they're expanding their online ordering. From what I understand, at our one store closest to our house, you're going to be able to fucking place your Target order online. Also, order your Starbucks so you can roll up. They'll bring your Starbucks out to your vehicle with your fucking groceries, and you'll be able to be on your way. That seems to be the primary focus, as opposed to you rolling into the store, picking up a few things and. So it's going to be interesting here in the next couple of years. You're definitely seeing a big, like you said, transformation of these stores into more of a product, holding products in the back and, getting them, shopped out to the front where you just come pick them up.
But yeah, no, that doesn't surprise me. About the Best Buy cutting more staff and shit.
Yeah, I know you go in there a lot, so I figured I'd throw that story in for you. And, because we have seen it drop over the years. I even used to go in there and buy video cards and shit all the time.
Right.
Because you can still only go in there if you were looking for a fucking NVIDIA card. Best Buy's the only place that you can physically go in and buy them. You can't buy them online anymore.
Yeah, I still go in there for a lot of computer shit. If I need hard drives and, stuff for computers, RAM, that type of shit. GoPro accessories, I still go in there quite a bit for the shit like that. But no, it's getting to a point where I'm man, I gotta go to Best Buy. But then on my way, I'm man, I hope this doesn't take fucking forever.
You dread going in there because it's gonna be a circus. It's unfortunate. We're getting old. I don't like it. I hate the shit. Lots more fucking to talk about for next week and shit. I'm already gonna start putting shit together for next week's show. But I just wanted to put it out there for everybody. If you're new to the show and you're hearing it for the first time and you want to drop us a line, give us send us an email at againsttheinsanity247@gmail.com. You can find our show on YouTube and Rumble. We have our respective channels up there. We do have our podcast parked in the Apple Store. I'm waiting to, get a little bit more money before I actually throw it out there for us and you'll be able to subscribe and it'll come to you every week. Unfortunately, that takes a little bit of funds. If you are interested in possibly, if you really like the content and you want to hear more, we'd like to bring more content to you. We're going to be working on some other things here for the show. You can actually donate to the show via PayPal against the insanity 24/7 at gmail.com via PayPal. You can throw us a couple bucks if you like what you hear. And, we want to continue to keep bringing the show to you and maybe do even more, when we eventually get to a point where this becomes more of a weekly thing than just a day a week. And, we try to keep it short, people's attention spans. You want to move on. You only have so much time in your commute. We just want to try to get out there for you a couple minutes and maybe give you some laughter and be able to join into the conversation, over the next couple weeks. But I just wanted to thank everybody again, and we'll see you next week.
Adios, mofos.
Peace.